Yeah, I'm so sure. Welcome. It is April 1st, 2026, and welcome to our anxiety and depression support stream. Y'all, I'm in a mood today. I'm in some kind of mood. Maybe it's the pink moon. I don't know. But I do know this. This month, I'm teaching us on being one with self. I need us to be one with ourselves because we must. We must have this oneness with self so that we can be ready for the division, the dysfunction, the destruction of all that is happening. So, with that said, how is your first day of the new month going? By the way, this month is Divine Earth. This is the word that I received, that we are going to be, or we should be, I should say, perhaps paying attention to our Earth and coming back to our humanity. I don't know exactly why this, 4 is the number of Earth, so that has something to do with it. But I really feel in my spirit that we are needing this. We are needing to be one with self, with our humanity, with our natural self, and also with our spiritual self. So if within you feel any disconnect between your spirit, soul, and body, this is the month that we are going to experience this transformation that is needed. By the way, my name is Ruby. Welcome to my channel. I am a master healing arts life coach and artist coach. I help you on the inner healing journey, as well as artist coaching. If you are an artist or musician looking to kind of put it all together, you can find me at shesrestored.com, or you can reach out to me personally, shesrestored@gmail.com, and I would love to work with you this month because this month is significant for us. Being one with self. Okay, so what is self? Who are we? Those of you that have been rocking with me forever know that I teach that we are a triune being. We are spirit, soul, and body. And the hope is that we get to a space where we learn how to bring them all together in synchronicity and wholeness. Hi, everybody. Welcome in the chat. Welcome, everybody watching live. And of course, if you're watching this later on the replay, I welcome you as well. This is our anxiety and depression support, so don't worry, I'm going to bring this full circle to this. In fact, the area that I'm struggling with anxiety or depression is my red flag. It is my warning alarm to let me know that something is off kilter. What is yours? If you're battling with anxiety, where are you feeling this anxiety? Is this mental? Do you have racing thoughts? Are you having trouble making decisions? Is this emotional? Do you find yourself getting easily agitated and having a short fuse when you feel stressed? Or perhaps on the opposite end, maybe you have crying spells. This is actually connected to both anxiety and depression. Or are you having these symptoms physically, where you're having chronic pain in any area of your body? Even when you go to the doctor, they find nothing. Nothing is wrong. You are normal. Your labs are normal. You are normal. And yet you don't feel it in your body. You feel tense. You feel agitated. Maybe you have heart palpitations like me. Maybe you have gut issues or you have chronic migraines. These are all physical manifestations of something is in unrest in my body. You can also have uh, another layer to this is perhaps you aren't even in tune with this, and so you're sort of masking the feelings or masking the thoughts by escaping into addiction of any kind. Um, and this is, of course, a compounded problem because now you have the problem of addiction on top of the problem of anxiety or depression. All of this is important to assess for yourself so that you can, as I teach, acknowledge, accept, and embrace the pain that you're going through so that I can heal, I can recover, and I can be one with myself. So, where are you all tonight? This month, I promise you, I've been feeling it in my spirit. This month is going to be a beautiful month of us transforming and blooming into the fullness of self. So, with that, I invite you to sign up for a session with me. We can do a mini session, which is about an hour. I think I have those at 57 plus our discount, which I'm doing all year long, 26% off any of my sessions or bundles, which you can find on my website, shesrestore.com. And as I say, you can just sign up whenever you feel up to it. No commitment, every week, every other week. Or if you are serious about getting on this inner healing journey or life or artist coaching, then you can sign up for my bundles. I have healing bundles for the inner healing journey, and I have artist dream life bundles for those of you that are getting into a space of seriously living your dream life as an artist, which I encourage and I support and I believe in. How's it going, everybody? Hi, welcome. Good to see all of you. Sorry, I haven't seen everybody in there, but good to see all of you. Yes, so as a support stream, I am inviting you to ask any questions or share anything that you're going through. But I did want to introduce this to us, being one with self. And when I say one, I literally mean in one accord. One accord. I feel like I shared this recently. I guess this is just in my spirit. It's been dancing in my spirit to be in one accord. Spirit, soul, and body. This is to say, my spirit is anchored. My spirit is anchored. My soul is sound. And my body is steadfast. Are we here yet? Or do we need a little time and a little work? You guys are sharing. Hold on. Let me put my little glasses on so I can see. Because my phone, you guys, it's so tiny I can barely see it. And I'm nearsighted. I don't want to do art, but I want to do baseball. Well, that's awesome. You don't need to do art. You can do anything that is in your heart to do. Aw, that's okay. Y'all are so sweet when you say that, and truly I don't mind. I truly believe in divine appointment, divine alignment, and divine connection. So whoever's supposed to be here now is, and whoever is going to watch this later will watch it later. But I'm glad you're here. Tell me more about baseball. I'd like to hear. I'd like to know. If you don't mind sharing, of course. Baseball. Uh-huh. Okay. Well, that's awesome. So, is it like a school team or is it college? What year are you in? That's awesome. Yeah, I feel like sports is an art form. I do think that in its own way. Um, I think that it's a physical type of art form. I think it is. Maybe other people would not agree with that, but and baseball is kind of a very calming sport. I think it's a relaxing sport. Um, so that's awesome. But yes, wherever you are, whatever it is that you feel God is leading you to is what you should pursue. Because remember, in order for me to be one with myself, I must embrace who I am, what matters to me, what God's put in my heart, in my soul, so that I can live in the purpose that I'm called for. So yeah. Well, that's good. That's a good start. Actually, I played. Let me see. I did play basketball actually for a little bit, and this was in the '90s. You guys, fun fact about me: um, I was into basketball. I'm from San Antonio, which is Spurs country, but surprisingly, at the time in the '90s, it was all about Michael Jordan. So I had Air Jordans, you guys. They were the coolest ones too. I've never seen one cooler than the ones I had. I have to say, they were all black. Black. I think they were black, red, and like gray. You guys, yeah. I played basketball for a little bit at. I think it was at the Y. It wasn't in school, but I did play volleyball in middle school, and that was fun. But that's the most I did with sports. Then, when I got to college, I officially started taking technique in the dance world. And that was that became my life actually for a very long time. All I did was dance. I taught it, I choreographed, and I performed, and it was glorious and wonderful. And it is part of my calling. And that is something, it's interesting too, because I always danced. Even as when I was a kid, I danced for me, just because it's just who I am. But then when I got into college, this is kind of funny too. You guys, I'm telling you testimony. I actually, went to school for something else, and then I distracted myself with a bunch of dance classes. Plus, Georgianne, if you ever watch this, I love you, and I thank you so much. And I know I've thanked you many times, but you were my dance mother forever, and I'm so grateful for all the years that we spent together, and everything you taught me about technique. And even though I could never quite conform to to the structure and the rules of the dance world, which is why I never went into ballet full time. I do have ballet training, but I was more of a modern, a kind of lyrical girl. I still am, actually, because again, you have to embrace you. You have to know who you are, and you have to completely surrender to the fullness of that. Because, and this is a word for somebody, or many of you maybe, God has a calling and purpose for you that is unique. It is, especially if you are in a space where you know, I'm different. I've just done things differently. I've never been the conformist type or the cookie cutter type. My journey has always been a little off the beaten path. I am one of those people, and so those of you that are like me, this word is for you. Don't don't get lost in the opinions of man, because you will get sidetracked and you'll lose focus on what is God calling you to do. So yeah, being one with yourself. Part of this um, fullness is saying yes to you, saying yes to self. And I don't mean this in a selfish, vainglorious way. I don't mean this in an arrogant way. I mean this in a healthy way, especially those of you that are empaths. Again, this is something that is very challenging for us because we do tend to put others first. We do tend to kind of lose self in the pursuit of taking care of others. So you got to know who you are and where you are, and the space of in the trajectory of healing and recovery for yourself, so that you can be one with you. But when I say self, I am talking about the self that is healed, recovered, restored. Okay, and if you're not there or you're feeling kind of lost in this is why I'm here and this is what I do. I teach you on the inner healing journey and how to kind of sort through the debris of life, the trauma that you've been through, or maybe just strongholds that you've had that you don't know where they came from, or you don't know why you can never just, move forward, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, or all of the above. And it's what I do, and I would be honored to work with you. Okay, that's awesome. Well, that's very cool, Alex. It looks like you got a nice little setup there for yourself. That's wonderful. Thanks for sharing that with me and with all of us. But yeah, exactly. I mean, all of those things that you have, utilize them. Utilize them for what it is that you're doing and what it is that you're called to do. Oh, whoa. Well, I think my boys can identify with the Nintendo Switch. And I'm pretty sure they had at least one of those for a while. They had the Switch, and probably all of them, you guys, to be honest. But yeah, they love playing games. But that's awesome. I'm happy for you, and it sounds like you got a nice little haul of tech to help you. So, let me give you a few things to take with you as we begin this month of April, to get you to a space of oneness. Oneness is connected to peace. I can't be one with myself if I'm in a state of chaos or unrest. Again, this is why we're talking about anxiety and depression, because these are both forms of unrest within us. That's not to say that just because I struggle with either of these two or both, that I can't have peace. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying, however, that in order for me to come to a space of stability and consistency in my life, I must have a foundation of peace. In fact, I think I was going to talk about this, and I feel like I'm coming full circle, because I was going to share this, I think, last Friday. I was going to talk about peace. So I must have the spirit of peace, who is God Himself, as my anchor to the rest of me so that I can connect into oneness with myself, even in spite of my problems or my issues or the things that are coming against me. Having that foundation is paramount and crucial for me. So, sorry, let me see what you guys are saying. No worries. I'm happy you're sharing. But yeah, you should use all of those things. Utilize all of that for yourself and bring it into this month. Peace. Remember, I've shared this before. Peace is spiritual first. I can't have mental peace if I don't have spiritual peace. It doesn't work. I can't have emotional peace if my mind's a mess. And I cannot make decisions from a peaceful position or posture if I have no peace. So, again, my foundation is spiritual. I am first a spiritual being. I have to have peace. And the only way I can receive this peace is to yield to the spirit of peace and allow God to heal me spiritually first. Once I receive this peace in my spirit, then I'm set. Even if it takes me 5 or 10 years to get my mind right, I at least have the anchor that I need to pull me up from whatever I'm struggling with mentally or emotionally or physically. So in this oneness that we are, I would say some of us are pursuing it. And for others of us, it is simply chasing us. Where are you? This is something spiritual and profound, and I'm just relaying this message because we all are in different spaces of recovery and healing, and certainly in the spirit realm where God has us. Where does God have you? Are you needing to do some work? Some of us have done the work, or a lot of the work. So as I like to say, are you in a season of cultivating and toiling and laboring, or are you in a season of rest? How do I know? I seek the Lord for wisdom and guidance and knowledge. And He will tell you. Remember, God speaks to us very uniquely and personally based on our individuality, based on how we listen, how we hear, how we notice, how we feel. I am one of those people, I don't believe in putting limits on God because He is beyond our comprehension. And yet at the same time, He is close enough to us to speak to us in a way like we would a child that they understand. When we speak to children, we speak to them not as grown-ups, but as children in a way that they understand. This is how God relates to us. Because in essence, we are His kids, His children. So He knows how you think, He knows how you feel, He knows what you need, and He knows it now, in your real time. And all you need to do is yield. That is to say, be still and listen. Those are your two. If you ever want to know how do I hear from God, those are your first two steps. Be still and listen. and He will guide you. I promise. Okay, so I must first be spiritually aligned to the spirit of peace if I am to have peace, a peaceful mind. You guys, right now, the enemy would love to come and bring chaos to your mind with everything that's happening globally. And wherever you are in the world, I'm sure there's something going on in your part of the world that could be, if you allowed it to, be very stressful. And of course, we're all going through our own issues and battles. So, my first step to have less anxiety and less depression is to be grounded in the spirit of peace. So, this week, I'm going to give you a little homework. By the way, this is what I would do in our one-to-one sessions. I would give you something to focus on for the week. And this week, I'm going to ask you, since it is the month of Divine Earth and the Lord has been highlighting nature so much for me lately, because I feel like a lot of our answers are going to be found in nature this month. So my encouragement to you and my assignment that I'm giving is, and yes, even for you guys that are not outdoorsy, as they say, or this might be more challenging for you. But I promise you, there will be something you will find that will bring you a little, how shall I say, a little sparkle of God's Spirit into your life this week. So, my assignment is this: find one day this week, and if you do more, then that's even better, but one day this week, take a few minutes out of your day and go outside. Doesn't matter where you are. Even if it's snowing, even if it's whatever. Just go outside and just be still and listen and breathe and see what God shows you. Okay? And with that, I'm going to wrap our session, and I will be back on Friday. I think, yeah, I'll be back Friday for our live stream. I might do a video, actually. I've been feeling like I'm going to do a video, which I haven't done in ages. But I might do a video, so I might upload something before Friday, because I feel like I'm going to be sharing on April. Hi. Well, Alex, thank you for stopping by. I'm so happy, and it was great meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you again. And thank you for sharing your channel. Everybody who's interested, that is the channel to go to. Oh, awesome. Well, hello to you in India. I'm trying to see what your name is. Sorry. Among Us. Among Us Live 97. That's an awesome name. I'm so glad you tuned in. I hope this blessed you. And by the way, all of you watching, I am open, like complete open availability for April. If you're interested in some one-to-one sessions with me, I'm a master life coach. So basically, it's mentoring, healing, and I do use the arts as therapeuticals for us. You don't have to be an artist, but it's definitely something to help us. Where am I from? I am from Texas. I am from Texas, and I'm in Texas right now, actually. But I'm so glad you guys stopped by. Kind of. I'm actually I work in the non-clinical therapy, So basically, I don't prescribe and I don't diagnose. I'm a life coach, and so I use sort of non-traditional alternative therapy for the spirit, soul, and body. And I use the arts as my modalities. I use music, movement, and art. So that's what I do. But I am a master healing arts life coach. And yeah, I have some areas of expertise that I teach on. But if you're interested, I would love to have you. You can reach out, she'srestored@gmail.com. And my website is she'srestored.com. So with that said, y'all, if you don't have any questions or anything else, I'm going to go ahead and wrap our session. And don't forget, one day this week, a few minutes, go outside, be still, and listen. Okay? Be one with yourself. Thank you all so much for watching. I will be back Friday for live stream, and maybe before that for a video. You can also connect with me on Instagram. I'm at She's Restored and at Soñado Libre Sound if y'all are interested in that. And other than that, I'll see y'all soon. Yes. Yes. So I basically call it therapeutic art sessions. Are you interested? If you're interested, don't hesitate to reach out. My email is Gmail. She's restored@gmail.com. Or you can leave yours and I can message you. If you don't mind putting it in the chat, I can email you. And that goes for everybody else. But yeah, I'll give you guys a few minutes if you guys want to share anything else. And oh, I almost forgot. Y'all, I know some of you are probably watching on a different time frame, but the pink moon is tonight. The pink moon. Which, okay, I'll get into this for just a second, but I'll probably talk more about it on Friday. So pink is my favorite color. And it is obviously red and white together. And if you guys remember, I shared recently on color therapy. There's so much symbolism with this, y'all. But it is a perfect collision because, again, I feel like April, when I was thinking about April and I was praying over April, what I got in my spirit was pink, which is not a surprise. But nonetheless, blossoms. And again, like I shared earlier, this month is a transformational month. It is going to be a month of a lot of growth for us. But yeah, I'll get into the prophetic stuff. I'll save it for Friday. Can you tell me? So my first consultation, I actually do free consultation first. So our first session is no cost. So we'll sit together and by the way, this is for everybody, but in my first session, I'm basically I'm doing an assessment essentially where we sit together and you kind of tell me a little bit about your story, what it is that you're looking to gain from our time together, whether it's, just periodically that you want to do it or you're serious about, kind of working on some issues. And then, and it's about an hour. The first session is about an hour. If we were to start doing sessions, they might be a little bit longer, it depends. I am very organic. I feel that healing is very personal. So I don't, even though I do kind of have a time frame that we work with, which would be between 60 and 90 minutes, I feel like it's very personal and it's your time. And so I do have sort of a layout and structure in my sessions, but I also have it very organic for you to go through what it is that you need to release. I use, as I said, music, movement, and art as my modalities. But again, if you're not an artist and you don't feel that any of those really speak to you, we could still sit and do talk therapy if that works for you. But at some point, I do feel, because when it comes, especially if you have trauma and things of that nature, when it comes to that, there really is only so much that talk therapy can do. So bringing this into our sessions actually takes us into those spaces in the soul realm and the spirit realm to release what it is that we've been carrying. So, but yeah, if you'd like to know more, I'd be happy to talk with you. And yes, that's okay. Yeah, you can, that is totally fine if you've never done therapy before. But if you're interested, you can take my email, or you can send yours, and then we can see if it's something that you'd like to do. But yes, I always do first free consultation to see if it's something that is going to work for you and that you're going to want to do. And again, there's no commitment. Like I said, we can do them periodically. I've had clients in the past do, every couple of weeks. I've had clients do 3 times a week. It just really depends on the need, what you're going through. And again, as She's Restored family member, I am offering a discounted rate. So if that works, then reach out. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up now, y'all. And I wish you a beautiful rest of this first week of April. And if you take any pictures of the moon, I want to see them. Because actually, it's really cloudy over here, so I don't even know if we'll get to see it. So I do want to see them if anybody takes any pictures of the pink moon tonight. If you're in a space where it is a clear sky, then take a picture. And actually last night was pretty beautiful. It was a little bit cloudy, but we were still able to see the moon last night and the stars. And it was just really pretty outside. It was kind of windy, but like cool. And I think we're supposed to get some storms over the next couple of days, so we might not be able to see it. But nonetheless, we will feel it, because this is also, again, taking us into the second quarter of the year. And I felt the shift, like, I think it was the 28th of March that I felt a shift. So it's a good shift, you guys. Take heart. It's a good shift. A good shift. There's going to be good, amazing, glorious things that happen this month for us. Okay, with that said, I'm going to say goodnight. And I will be back Friday for our Friday night live stream. Hope you all are well. Don't hesitate to reach out if you want to talk about anything, or if you want to do any of my bundles. I am ready to rock this month. Love y'all. Talk soon. Bye.